The screech of tires pierced the crisp Manhattan morning. And Brooklyn slammed on her brakes just in time to avoid rear-ending the sleek black SUV that cut her off at the intersection of 5th and 57th. Heart pounding. She cursed under her breath, the bitter taste of her black coffee spilling onto her lap. But then, through the windshield, she saw her, Peyton, stepping out of the passenger side, her blonde hair catching the sunlight like a forgotten promise. Time froze. "No fucking way," Brooklyn whispered, her voice cracking like old vinyl. It had been 8 years since they'd last spoken. Since that rainy night in their cramped dorm room at NYU where Peyton had packed her bags and walked out, leaving behind the scent of her vanilla shampoo and a shattered heart. Brooklyn had thrown herself into her photography career, capturing the raw edges of city life, homeless souls under bridges, lovers stealing kisses in Central Park, to drown out the ache. Peyton, always the ambitious one, had climbed the corporate ladder at a top law firm, burying her feelings in case files and courtrooms. They'd both taken detours, long and winding, convinced fate had other plans. But here she was, Peyton Harper, 30 now, her tailored suit hugging her frame with the confidence of someone who'd won battles Brooklyn could only imagine. She turned, her green eyes widening in shock as they met Brooklyn's through the glass. The world blurred, honking cabs, the distant wail of a siren, the earthy smell of fresh bagels from a nearby vendor. Peyton's lips parted, but no words came. Instead, she raised a hand, tentative, like touching a ghost. Brooklyn killed the engine and stepped out, her worn Converse scraping the asphalt. "Pay. Is that really you?" Her voice trembled, a mix of anger and longing bubbling up from deep within. The mouth one hit like a gut punch. Why now? After all this time? When Brooklyn had finally convinced herself she was over it, Peyton swallowed hard, her briefcase dangling forgotten. "Brooklyn Hayes. God. You look the same. Wild and beautiful." A small smile tugged at her lips, but her eyes glistened with unshed tears. They stood there, inches apart yet worlds away, the morning rush swirling around them like indifferent extras in their personal drama. They ended up in a corner booth at a greasy diner 2 blocks away, the kind with sticky menus and the hum of fluorescent lights. The air smelled of frying bacon and regret. Brooklyn stirred her fresh coffee, watching the cream swirl like her thoughts. "So, what brings the hotshot lawyer to my side of town? Slumming it?" Peyton sighed. A soft, weary sound that carried the weight of years. "Client meeting uptown. But honestly, I've been thinking about you. A lot." She paused, fingers tracing the rim of her mug. "I saw your exhibit last month, the one on urban isolation. It gutted me. Brooke. Reminded me of us." Brooklyn's chest tightened. "Us? There hasn't been an us since you chose your family's expectations over me. Remember? I can't do this. Brooklyn. Not with a girl. Not like this." The words stung even now, echoing in her mind like a bad loop. Peyton's face crumpled. "I was scared. My parents. They cut me off when I came out in college. I thought if I played straight, literally, I could fix it. Get the degree. The job. The life they wanted. But it was all bullshit. I dated men. Climbed the ranks. But every night, I'd lie awake smelling your perfume on old shirts I couldn't throw away." The confession hung in the air, thick as the steam from their cups. Brooklyn reached across the table, her hand brushing Peyton's electric. Familiar. A shiver ran through her. The kind that spoke of unfinished business. "I've dated too. Women who weren't you. But none stuck. I kept taking the long way around, avoiding anything real." They talked for hours, the diner emptying and refilling around them. Peyton shared stories of boardroom triumphs laced with loneliness, the echo of empty apartments after late nights. Brooklyn opened up about her freelance gigs, chasing sunrises over the Brooklyn Bridge to capture that perfect shot, always feeling like something was missing in the frame. The conversation flowed like a river finally unblocked, laughter mixing with tears. The clink of silverware, the murmur of other patrons, it all faded, leaving just them. But tension simmered beneath. Peyton glanced at her phone, her expression darkening. "There's something I need to tell you. I'm engaged. To a guy from work. Wedding's in 3 months." The words landed like a slap, and Brooklyn pulled her hand back, the warmth turning cold. "Engaged? Jesus. Pay. So you're still playing pretend?" Brooklyn's voice rose, drawing a glance from the waitress. Her heart raced, a storm of jealousy and hurt brewing. It's not like that. He's safe. My parents love him. But being here with you. It feels right. Real. Peyton's eyes pleaded. Her breath hitching. What if we got it wrong back then? What if this is our second chance? Brooklyn stood, pacing the worn linoleum floor. The smell of burnt toast invaded her senses, mirroring her inner turmoil. Outside, the sun climbed higher, casting long shadows through the window. She thought of her life, the solo gallery openings, the empty bed. I can't be your secret again. Not after everything. Peyton rose too, closing the distance. Then don't. Let's do this for real. I'll call it off. I choose you. Brooklyn. I always have. Even when I was too scared to admit it. The kiss came sudden. Fierce, Peyton's lips on hers. Tasting of coffee and redemption. Brooklyn melted into it. Hands tangling in Peyton's hair. The world tilting on its axis. Passers-by outside might have glanced. But in that moment, it was just them. Two women reclaiming what fate had delayed. Weeks blurred into a whirlwind. They walked hand in hand through Central Park. Leaves crunching underfoot in the autumn chill. Brooklyn photographed Peyton laughing by the Bethesda fountain, capturing the joy she'd missed for so long. Peyton introduced her to colleagues as "my girlfriend," the word rolling off her tongue with newfound ease. There were fights too, about Peyton's lingering ties to her old life. Brooklyn's fear of abandonment, but each one ended in deeper understanding. Whispered apologies in the dark. One evening, atop the Empire State Building, wind whipping their coats, Peyton got down on one knee. No ring yet. Just a promise. We took the long way. But we're here now. Marry me. Brooke. Let's make our own path. Tears streamed down Brooklyn's face. The city lights twinkling below like stars aligning. Yes, she breathed, pulling Peyton up into an embrace. The distant honk of traffic. The cool night air, it all felt like Destiny's soundtrack. In the end, it wasn't about the detours, but the crossing. They built a life together, a cozy brownstone in Brooklyn. Shared dreams of travel and family. Fate had waited. Patient. Until they were ready. And in that readiness, they found meaning. Love wasn't a straight line. But the journey made it unbreakable.